Hi, it's Yvon. Here is the thrift haul from the Thrift With Me video that I did the other day, where I showed you kind of, live at the thrift store, because some people like that. They like to go shopping with you. Some people like hauls, a little bit more up close and personal on each item. And some people just want to see what sold. So I do a little bit of everything. I enjoy all of those types of videos as well. So I do a little bit of all of that. So, if you watched that, you went thrifting with me and you saw me pick out a few things. Some of them are here. You saw some things in my cart. They're here. Some things I put back and some things I added that you didn't see. So, if you are a follower of mine, you know I'm kind of excited about digging in deeper into vintage and leaning toward antique. That's way out of my wheelhouse, but so I'm taking a deeper dive into vintage, yes. Now, when I say deeper dive, what I mean by that is I've sold vintage. I know what vintage is. I'm vintage. So I'm pretty good at spotting like 70s, 80s, 90s things that more contemporary or mid-century modern, atomic, retro, things that I grew up with and that I liked, that were my kind of style, my aesthetic, my family's, and things that are currently reselling to like movie prop people and theatrical companies. So, but I'm not so good at the more, I don't know, I'm still struggling for a word. I'm not so good at some of the older vintage items. Unless it's something I saw when the rockabilly craze was really big and some of the girls, some of that subculture were doing like the 50s kind of thing. So I wasn't born yet, but I kind of get that aesthetic a little bit too. And I look for that because of the resurgence of the rockabilly. Some of them still kind of like lean toward that, the 50s and 60s stuff. But some of the older stuff and some of the more delicate, let's say, fancier stuff, I'm not so good at. But I'm learning. I started following Crazy Lamp Lady. Oh my gosh. I already forgot. I just started with Dr. Lori. I just found out about her channel, so I just started with Dr. Lori. She's a little intense, but very knowledgeable. And a few other people that were recommended to me to help me with this deeper dive. And it's been a little over a month and it's going quite well. Anyways, enough of that rambling. So, let's start with the stuff from the thrift haul and the Thrift With Me video that I dropped yesterday. Okay, so I have sold Hager. I just sold a Hager, Haeger, Hager pottery. I sold a double swan. It was NOS, new old stock, meaning that it was older, yes, and it still had the sticker on it, like ridiculously cheap price because it was back then, but it hadn't been used. So that's what I mean by new old stock. But some people talk about Royal Hager. Specifically, I've been binge watching Jocelyn and Sue, Crazy Lamp Lady, and they talk about Royal Hager. So I'm like, okay, there's a difference between Hager and Royal Hager. Anyways, I found my first Royal Hager piece. And it is this koala bear planter. Let's see if you guys can see it. It was $3.99. I'm considering it new old stock too, because it hasn't been used and it still has the original older sticker on it. And then $3.99 from the Goodwill. Let me see. It's pretty faint, but let's see if this will... Can you guys... Let me get the glare off. There we go. It says Royal Hager, where like the swan that I sold just said Hager. So I'm going to research and teach myself the difference. But this is adorable. There are quite a few of them on eBay already for anywhere from 25 to 35-ish. So I don't know how quickly this one will sell unless I slide in under everybody. And I'm not really wanting to ruin the market or not make a good profit. I'm on my clothing, I always talk about I'd like to make at least $20 profit, right? At least. Otherwise, even though it's a good item, I might want to leave it and use that time, that potential listing time, to go use that extra 5-10 minutes to go find something that's a little bit more return on investment, shall we say. And I break my rule all the time, because I see things that I'm like, I just love, or I'm nostalgic, and I'm like, oh, I have to help you find a new home. I cannot leave you here. Anyways, so it's my general rule of thumb. If you watch me, I've said that a million times, but bear with me because I'm making some new friends and I have some new viewers, and some of the people are new to selling online and they're trying to learn as well. Okay. So I'm repeat some of my age-old advice, shall we say. Okay. So I will probably just go ahead and add this to the queue on eBay. I think I might have a little edge because it's perfect and it's new old stock. I think I'm using that term correctly. I know that I'm creating an echo talking into this. I know that when it comes to clothing, we use that term, so I think it can cross over to hard goods too. I probably should check on that, right? Anyways, I'm having a good time, and it's like adding an element of excitement again to take a deeper dive into another category. So although I still love clothing, I'll never give up on clothing at all. And as a matter of fact, once we do the hard goods, I'm going to switch over to the clothing. But I'm going to do the hard goods first. So if you want to just see the clothing, I will come back and timestamp when the clothing starts, okay? But I'm making money with hard goods, so if you're clothing only, you might be more open-minded. I know, like, I had a period where I kind of laid a little low on the hard goods. I still always looked, but it wasn't a real big focus because I'm like, oh, the shipping is such a, it's just not as easy, but oh my gosh, how ridiculous. I'm a professional reseller. I can do this. So I just stocked up on some more different size boxes and, shipping supplies. I just had to reorganize a little bit. All right. Anyways, there we go for that. Koala bear. Really cute. I need to be careful with my ring. These. I can't wait to talk about these. This is, so I'm learning about molds. Apparently, some molds have more value or clout than others, and they're sold to different people or companies, and you can use them for resale or for personal use. I'm still learning all that, okay? But there's something about different kinds of molds. Okay, so this is a Byron mold, Byron. And I think lots of different people could use it, and even like maybe personally, and then sign it yourself. Still learning. But anyways, these figures from this mold company tend to have a little bit more value. So there was a Ben Franklin, and he had a feather for the handle. There was a Buffalo Bill, who had a buffalo for the handle. They were a little chipped. This one's in good shape, and to me this was the most sellable one at this point in history because of the popularity of pirate stuff. So I just chose this one anyways. $2.99, perfect. I think the only thing they could have done better on this was gave him a eye patch. But he's got the bandana, he's got an earring, he's got a skull and crossbone on his hat. The handle is a parrot. Let's see if you can see it says Byron mold on it, but molds there. So there's something about that. So if you're learning like me, jot that down. When I saw this, again, I'm just approaching it like I do clothing brands that I don't know. I'm like, what's the quality? Okay. This looked different, just a different quality. So I picked it up, and it's Alamo. Alamo pottery. It is a little older. I paid $1.99 plus whatever sale. And let me see if you could pick this up. I don't know what to say. It was just, it was just, I think this little planner is worth about $20 because of being Alamo pottery. So learning so much stuff, This is adorable. I don't know what to call this. I put this on my favorite new group for learning for my deeper dive into vintage and retro and leaning toward antiques. I don't know about that part. And it's adorable, of course. There's no maker's mark on it. And some people suggested various things. Some people suggested a Gothic piece, you know, the style. Advertise it as a Gothic piece. Some people said it's a teardrop catcher jar. For, I guess this is a thing. I Googled it. I thought she was joking, but I Googled it and there's such a thing. I guess when someone dies, or if you have, if you've had an abortion or things like that, this is to help you mourn, catch your teardrops. And that kind of makes sense with the angel wings. So isn't that adorable? It was $2.99. I'm going to bring this closer. Let me see if I can do better on this. It's a more vibrant red than it looks like it's showing on my computer. But really pretty, right? So I think I will market that as teardrop holder. Let me do some more research on that. But that's adorable. It sits like this at a little slight angle, little tiny picture. You could call it a bud vase. Could market it as that too. I'm going to shoot for like 25 or 30. I don't know. Just because of the uniqueness of it. It's not marked or anything. Vintage Atlantic City. I'm a poker player, not a gambler, but just poker. So Atlantic City little trivet tray, coaster, metal. Made in Hong Kong, it says on the back. So it was 50 cents. I might list it or I might add it to my poker paraphernalia and memorabilia I've got from new to old, like interesting poker and some casino things, especially ones that are no longer in business or have some kind of notoriety to them. I tend to collect some of those pieces. Okay, so let's do this real quick too, and so I can put it up. Okay, this is a shadow box. I paid $8. But I had just seen a post in Crazy Lamp Lady's group that she started, OTTP, Old Things, Thrifters and Pickers. If you join it, tell me Yvon sent you. Learning so much from that group. It's relatively new and I think it has like 19,000 people already. Great group. Well admin and monitored. Anyways, I just saw a post where they were talking about little tiny miniatures. And I think even like ones that aren't so great named or whatever, you know, $4 or $5 a piece. Now, this has a lot of them. They're already glued in. It is vintage. 2 of them came undone and the label on the bottom says Japan. So I think that, you know, so they're definitely vintage, right? No big names, and I don't really think I should pop them off to check. I don't know exactly how I'm going to handle this, but they're all Siamese. There's 2 of them. Let me hold the ones that are, so I can bring it over to you. Oh darn, I should just take them out. Look at this. A couple of them are barely, wait a minute, you guys. A couple of them are barely half an inch. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if the camera will focus that little. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that crazy? It's like barely half an inch. Barely. Okay, I'm going to just set it out, okay? And then this one has the marking and the little Japan sticker on the bottom. Some are glossy, some are matte. This one's loose too, but he's on a chain. He says Japan, little blue and silver sticker. Okay, now I think I could bring it closer. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. Is that focusing well? I hope so. So, I don't see why something like this, with it being vintage, with it having the miniatures, especially some of these that are like half an inch. So cute. Adorable. Siamese. Almost all of them have blue eyes, I believe. I don't see why something like this, but with the right person, couldn't bring at least $30, $40. Come on, at least 30, right? Anyways, I love that. Okay, I should move some of these things off, but Okay, this is something I usually don't even look at this kind of stuff. It's so delicate. But Jocelyn and Sue and who else? Someone else I watched. Nifty Thrifty. I think that's it. I need to find out because he's hilarious. It's just a young man. He's hilarious and such good videos. But anyways, they always talk about bohemian glass, this like enameled or 3D whatever and bohemian glass, and some of it sells for crazy amounts of money. Like some of the bigger sets I saw recent solds on eBay were like $200 and whatnot. So I don't think these are quite that much, but there's 6 of them. There are 6 of them in this little box, and they all still have the sticker. I paid $1.99 a piece. Let me try to zoom in. They all still have the sticker that says, let me turn it the right way. Get the glare. Okay, I'm looking at the monitor to try to help you guys. And get the glare off. Okay, so I'm trying to help here. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but they all have the little sticker that says Bohemian. They all have the little sticker that says Bohemia Crystal and made in Czechoslovakia. I can't hardly read that. It's so small. So I'm guessing that's might possibly be some kind of, I don't know if there's gold, partial gold plating or painting or whatever. But there's 6 of them, and this is what I need help with. I can't find anything that is this tiny. Like I tried shot glass, champagne flute, cordial. I don't know. So they're all the same. Okay, there's 6 of them. So if anyone knows what is that, about 3.5, 4 inches? If anyone knows what this size is called, please help me. The glare is kind of a lot, I know. But see, that's okay. Kind of excited about those to learn more and see where that goes. Okay, so let me, you won't even know I'm gone. I'll cut and you won't even know I'm gone. I'm going to switch the table out, okay? Okay, I'm back. I switched the stuff out. All right, so if you did if you did go thrifting with me, you saw the Kate Spade. Probably only about $15 for this mug. It's in great shape. You can just tell the quality, but it is a Kate Spade. I'll let that focus. Can you see it? This cup is called Academic. It's got like someone writing and books and stuff, and it looks like a laptop, or no, an old-fashioned typewriter. This one's called Academia, or Academics. Probably about $15. You know, she passed away, so her market, it's a little volatile. Some things it raised the price, some things it lowered, and then we'll kind of have to keep an eye on it as time goes by, and some of her fans maybe move on to another brand, or I don't know. All right, I did get the High-Low Hattie mug. I do well with their clothes, to the tiki clubs, tiki groups, and just Hawaiian clothes. So I do well with their Hawaiian shirts and their dresses and things like that. And this is a mug by them, Las Vegas, so it has some of the poker and the dice. And underneath this sticker, I paid 99 cents. Underneath the sticker is a tiki, and it says Aloha from Las Vegas. So because it had a lot of elements together, it's probably only about a $12, $15 mug, but I might just keep it for myself. But just letting you know, High-Low Hattie, the mugs and souvenirs and clothing, some of it can sell well. Okay, I did get I put back all the Kentucky Derby glasses. There was a lot of competition. They were super thin, too much competition at this time, and not really, maybe about $5 or $6 a piece. So I missed the mark on those particular things. Not to say that Kentucky Derby, Churchill Downs, the horse racing stuff can't do well. But those particular glasses, those particular souvenir glasses, they weren't really in my business plan, shall we say. These barely made it as well for all the same reasons. But these were a little older, memorabilia from Albertville, 92. And from some foreign language and Coca-Cola collab. So 99 cents a piece. I do a lot of Olympic stuff. These probably won't be my best pick, but so I don't have to keep walking around. Move it closer. You guys can't see everything on the table, but that way I can reach the camera better. Get the glare off. Okay. So, 99 cents. Well, speaking of, I did buy, like I said, I did buy Wenlen? Am I saying that right? Wenlen? That's his name of this character. This is from an Olympic event, of course, London, and it's got the Union Jack flag. Now, there are a lot, this is in good shape too, it's not dirty at all. There are a lot of these for sale, but they're the smaller 10-inch ones. So when you're doing your comps and your research, keep that kind of things in mind. It also depends on size and condition, things like that. So this one's bigger. So he should go for, I think, 15 to 20. And I'm just partial to this kind of stuff. So I drive a UK car, so if it doesn't sell for what I want, I'll just keep it. I keep a few Union Jack type stuff just out of sentimentality. A few things I just picked up for myself. 90s pop music trivia card game and 70s TV trivia. They were 99 cents a piece. I'm not selling these. This is just for family and friend fun, okay? Just trivia things. I just thought I'd show you because they're cute. Another thing I kept for myself because I couldn't find any information, but you can tell it's like a bone china. It's got a little Art Deco-ness to it. I don't know. It's made in England, but I don't know what anything goes. It's got a cruise liner, but I just thought it was cute. I mean, silver and blue. It's just cute, right? So I'm just keeping this for myself. It was like $1 or something. Just showing you. If I could figure out what it was, it might have some resale value. Anyways, let's move on. Just show you some cute things I buy for myself. Okay, so working the vintage stuff again that I'm learning. The deeper dive into vintage. This is Ransburg, Ransburg. So vintage canisters, and I don't know what all they made. This is tin with a wooden lid, and it's got a rooster or bird of paradise. Most people were calling this a rooster, but looks more like peacock or bird of paradise or chicken. But anyways, this stuff has a pretty decent resale value. I just have one with the lid, but someone might need a replacement, so you never know. I think this is worth probably, I paid half price, $3.49. It was senior day half price, so whatever that is, $175, something like that. Let me see if it can even capture. Yeah, it can. Let me turn it. There. 3D relief is imprinted in there. So I think this is worth maybe about $20. Someone might need the replacement, right? So, did that. And I bought these. Okay, these are also vintage. This is Sears and Roebuck Company, and it says 19. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Sears and Roebuck Company, 1981, made in Japan. Okay. Can you see that? Yes. Okay. Little canisters. There's some of these for sale too. Not too many with the strawberries. I only have 2. But someone sold just a replacement lid for like $12, $15. There's no chips. There's 2 of them. I paid $3.99 and $3.49. Super cute, right? Let me not break it. Super cute. So I think these I will probably put up for about 30, about 30, 35. Let me go back. When I go to listing, I'll go back through and look and see how many have strawberries. What's been going on, the last week or so. I'll research it again. But these are definitely valuable. These are things I would have never really looked at previously. But I'm glad. I'm having fun with it. And this, I feel, boy, sometimes they underprice things. Yay for us. This was $2.99. Half price, so $1.50. And look, this is a peacock. And it's actually a little, like pill box, trivet. It's kind of small for a little trivet box, trinket box. I'm looking for my glasses. It's actually a little small for a trinket box, but you could still call it that, right? A pill box. And it is marked. And I looked it up. Okay, so it's QIFU. You can't, it's so small. It's marked in there, right there. I had to use my phone, take a picture of it, blow it up so I could read it. FU. More epic ones go for around $25 to $50. Let me look at sold real quick this week, because it's been 2 days now since I looked at this. Yeah, I was still kind of holding steady around that price range. 20 to 30 to 40 recently. But anyways, that's a good deal for $1.99, right? Super cute. Metal, enameled metal. Peacock. And then they probably didn't realize it did that. It's got a little magnet clasp. Okay. One more thing. Two more things. I probably got too excited about this. So I paid $2. Memo, letter, I can't remember what you call these. It's copper, metal. I think I got too excited. It's only worth about $12, $15 at the most. So, alright. But anyways, it's cute, right? I'll go ahead and throw it up. There's plenty of other ones up there. I'll throw it up there and just wait my turn. And I spotted another vintage Lisa Frank. The vintage I showed you in my last haul video a couple weeks ago, and I popped up the labels to show you the time frame, the history of the different logo fonts so that you can tell. So this one does have the capital L, capital F, Lisa Frank. This is a vintage piece, a collab with Rose Art. Rose Art, yeah. Are they still a leader? They were in the 90s of moderately priced school supplies. Made in the USA. Okay, so add that to my growing Lisa Frank bin that I'll probably list at the end of summer, right before the holidays. I'll probably list. It's full. It's overflowing. So I've got some great vintage Lisa Frank items in there. I think when I do that, I'll do a separate video. Clothing. You know what? I want to put these. Let me put these over here real quick so that I don't break them. Oh my gosh. All right. This is a cross stitch or needlepoint Margot Creations, made in France, the pattern. This one, totally epic. They did a great job. It is huge. Look how pretty it is. Pieces this large with a good subject matter, mostly the nude women, I won't lie, go for $150 to $200. Smaller ones for less, and it depends on the quality of the person's work. I can't believe someone gave this up after all that work. Isn't it gorgeous? So I will probably price this somewhere around $180, and hopefully it will sell for around $120, $150. Look at it. Beautiful. So there it is. Okay, and where's the other thing I wanted to show you? The camera films backwards. Okay. Beautiful. I live in Colorado, so sorry, Bianca, girl. I live in Colorado, so this might be weird, but beautiful, right? Oh my gosh. That's why I have this up. This is really a backdrop holder for backdrops, and it came with my green screen, my chroma key green screen, which I've never even used yet, for some other projects. So I whipped it out so that I ran through a bunch of crochet blankets that I bought and sheets and things, and I'm still in that process. So that's why I have that out, is just like clip it on here or hang them over. Is vintage Care Bear. Oh my gosh, there's a Care Bear crowd. So some vintage Care Bear sheets. The value will depend on the current market, where we're at with the Care Bear people. Some of this will be worth more than others, but it's worth picking up because it's usually very cheap in the linen department. And also, this is Pottery Barn. Don't laugh. Pottery Barn. It's a duvet cover, and there's a name for this particular one. But some people love their Pottery Barn. They're very... I didn't say Pier 1, I said Pottery Barn. It's a little bit of a difference. The Pottery Barn stuff tends to bring a little bit more resale value. Okay? So this is a very large queen or king duvet. You know what I mean by duvet? The button thing where you put in your own feather bed or whatever. And that way you can take these off and change them or wash them, because those feather bed things are expensive. Okay, so this one's probably going to go up for about 40, I think. 40. Oh gosh, I need to look again. I've actually had that for a little bit. Okay, I'm just showing it to you. Couple more things. A little retro latch hook. Hashtag save the smileys. I buy all the smileys. I think I branded just the other day, Facebook, Instagram, and I put it on a bonus clip on my Thrift with Me video yesterday at the end. I see people do their haul videos, and they just pass by these. They don't even touch them. They don't even look at them or pick them up. I'm like, wait, I know it's just a telefloral or whatever, or 1-800-Flowers. It's just really a vase, like flowers or candy or suckers come in it as a gift. But they're usually like 99 cents or more, $1.99, whatever. I buy all of them. They're all over my house, and I give them out as gifts to my friends. All my family members have one, so they're just fun. So here's a little smiley face latch hook. I'm not sure if I will sell this or not. We'll see. If I do, I'll probably price it up like $15 because I kind of like it. Okay. My guest room, I was doing a 70s theme, so that would have been good in there. And I got this ever since I found that Lisa Frank towel. Here I go again. Some of you have heard this a million times. I know. That Lisa Frank towel for $2.99 at the Goodwill that I sold for $175. I always check the towels too. Now this is contemporary, but it's extra long, and look at her. Oh my gosh. I don't know who it is, if it's just a generic photo print type. I mean, she looks a little Britney Spears-ish, but she's not. I don't know who she is. If somebody knows that she is someone, let me know. But isn't that gorgeous? So, unless I find out she's somebody important or special, I will probably just put it up for like $25 just because of the theme. The brand is Copa. Okay, so... Alright, let me switch stuff out, bring in the clothing. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I backed the camera up a little bit so I can show you stuff. Okay, clothing. I love photo print. I know. Those my friends know. Oh my gosh. Yvon and her photo print. These are super cool. They have some really cool things on it. This is a good brand for surf and board shorts too. It's going to bring a little bit more money. I would have bought these even if it was an off-brand, a Walmart brand, because of the photo print. I would have sold it on that. But Otherwise, it has to be something, it has to be a really cool print, or it has to be a good name. So this is both. These probably, I don't know, probably, it's a good size too. What did I pay for them? $2.50. And because it's got some naked ladies on here too, so I'll probably put these up for around $25. Tempted to keep them, actually. All right. Hawaiian shirts. I'm really careful because all of us resellers that are on social media together in the reseller community, as we've named ourselves on Instagram and Facebook, we're all like digging for those Hawaiian shirts. So I like to make at least $20, so I'm careful. If it's not a good name, then it has to have a good theme. So this is Made in USA, High Seas. Okay name, but Made in USA. But I like this because it has all the navy. Okay, it just has a lot of navy stuff. So I think I can get what I need for that. And $2.50, it was half price senior day. So $2.50 was okay. And there's an epic one in here though, don't worry. This one is extra large, that's a good size. Coconut shell buttons, which is typical. Made in Hawaii, 100% cotton. Winnie fashion. That's a little bit better of a label too. And made in Hawaii. Oh gosh, what am I doing wrong? Okay. The subculture of the tiki crowd, let's say, that goes to all the tiki bars and have their little soirees and their little groups. Some of them are purists, so they want their Hawaiian shirts to be made in Hawaii and by certain labels. I think I talked about Hilo Hattie, not the cream of the crop, but it's on the list, okay? And so Winnie Fashion is on the list too. I like this with the fighter planes too, I guess, the military. So I think that will help it, right? And here's another one. Excuse me. This is a vintage one, Kennington. I've only sold one other one, and it was a Western theme, a long sleeve, like silk disco type shirt with a Western cowboy theme. But when you looked closely, it had Mickey Mouse hidden in it. So they do that sometimes. So this is a vintage Kennington. And only because of the vibrant colors, the vintage label. It's not perfect, but I wasn't going to leave it behind for half price, $2.50. So, coconut shell buttons too. Where's the epic one? There it is. Hang on. This is the moneymaker down here. I haven't washed these yet. This is the moneymaker. Tommy Bahama. But, let me finish. Not half price. I paid $5. And usually this particular one marks their Tommy Bahama stuff up. They didn't on this one. $5. Tommy Bahama, but it's this. There's nothing on the front, but it's this. Tommy Bahama, and then this part is kind of embroidered. That. What is wrong with me there? Garden of Courage. That makes this about a $50 shirt. Okay, so other than that, nothing on the front besides the little logo name tag. It just says Bahama. Good quality fabric too. It feels good. So that was the winner. Other than that, I'm not fighting with all the other quick flip resellers, shall we say, over their Tommy Bahamas. Okay. So, but that's a winner right there. Okay. Let me put these aside. So that's for the tropical Hawaiian shirts, camp shirts, tiki, Polynesian. Those are some of the keywords I use. There's a whole subculture. There's a whole subculture of tiki people. Bye. Okay, Fabletics. Kind of a new company into the athletic and athleisure wear. Not as good as Lululemon, Lorna Jane, Gymshark, some of the other brands that we love. Excuse me for a minute. The quality, some of the pieces are fine, and some of it, they kind of missed the mark. Doors. Kate Hudson, thank you. Oh my gosh, Kate Hudson, Goldie Hawn's daughter. Cute little Kate Hudson. This is the celebrity behind this line. I don't pick up all of it. Some of it just pick up for myself or my daughters if it still looks new. But these were new with tags, and I love the back. See? The back is cute. So these will probably sell for about, probably only about $20, $22. It's just not, as high end yet. But these are good. She used a good fabric on this, or they used, and they're cute. And there's two of them, right? But with this back detail, super helpful. Okay, Fabletics. Oh, I meant to show you. Okay, you know how the Lululemon has the little Omega silver reflective symbol? I think most everyone's using a reflective symbol. Fabletics uses that little F. Okay, so you will see it. Here's one. It's here. It's at the bottom. That little F. So, if it's in good shape, you guys, or a piece that was really popular. But, some of you are okay. I'm a part-time, so I'm not putting down anybody who does a high, low price, a high volume, quick flip. I'm not. So if you're into that, you can add Fabletics to your list because it will flip. Just not for a whole lot. Oh my gosh, I have to tack this back on, but higher end people, they tend to just do tacks sometimes, a little coat, like boutique-y, try to be more couture looking. And so they just kind of tack on their labels. But sometimes that could be a clue that it's going to be higher end. Hello, turn yourself around. Okay, there. This is made in England, so there's not a lot of them. Betty Van Gelder. But look, another little boho Coachella festival dress. Crocheted. Super cute. There's not a lot of it on eBay. It doesn't seem to be a brand that we all are, dying for here in the U.S., but someone's going to know it. So I'll price it up a little bit. Really quality. I'll probably put this started at about 40. Cute, right? Oh, how much did I pay? How much did I say I paid? Oh my gosh, $250. Oh, this is a blast from the past. This is Risky. I sold this in Dallas when I had my stores in Dallas in the 90s. It's real popular. When we were doing the bling in the 90s, especially those two-piece sets with the like a t-shirt and cotton lounge pants, they would be hand painted or all blinged out with rhinestones and stuff, and they would be all over the flea markets and lower end stores for $20, $25. But then the higher end companies were Risky was one of them. This has been tie-dyed, so you probably can't read it, but Risky. So this is one of their pieces. I sold a lot of this. Their sets, dresses, and fringe dresses and two-piece sets, or the top and bottom with some fringe and some tie-dye or some ombre, and a lot of the bling. So popular in the 90s. Big padded shoulders. They sold from $50 to $80 to $100 in my store. I couldn't find the top. This is just the skirt. But someone might remember Risky. It's a wrap skirt. But regardless, this can be on point again for boho, western, prairie, lodge. Some of those cowgirls, western and lodge and ranch, they like the higher end look like this. Well, a little bit higher end, not high end. You know what I mean. And Coachella Festival. So I will probably price this up a little bit because it's good quality, being Risky, and someone might remember that label. So I'll probably put that at about $35, $40. Okay. This is really good. Oh my gosh, this is Polo Ralph Lauren. Okay. If you're going to sell clothing, learn the different labels within Ralph Lauren, because some of it it's from Dillard's, and you might make a little bit of money. Some of it's super high end, like the black and the purple. This is, don't confuse this with Ralph Lauren Polo. Like, this is I don't know how to explain it. Just make a note to teach yourself if you're interested. This will bring more money. This is the silk dress. I already looked it up. It got a stock photo, which I can only use on Poshmark for the time being. It's all silk. It has a name. It's in great condition. It isn't new with tags, unfortunately, but you can tell no one wore this. So this will probably be $40, $50, and that's going to be a great deal for someone that loves that label, and there are people that do. So pretty good on the clothing too. Can I show you? Oh, I'm giving this to my daughter, a Lululemon. Lululemon tops currently aren't going for that much unless they're perfect. No pilling, not peeling, pilling. Those little, when they don't wash things right, those little lint balls that you have to shave off. On this kind of fabric, no snags or runs. And it has to be a cute colorway, color combo, colorway. And something that's trendy. This is really on point right now, right? So this one would probably bring about $25, maybe $30 if I held out. But again, if you're not Lululemon, most of us know by now, but there's their Omega symbol. The men's is similar, but it's a little bit more, this one's like fluid, and the men's is kind of like that, okay? So that would be that it's men's. I paid $5.99 for Sissy, for my daughter, Hannah. So I'm giving that to her. But just in case you didn't know Lululemon, there's our little update talk about Lululemon. If you're familiar with clothes, you'll probably agree with me. I had 2 belts that are worth talking about. I don't know what is with me and the Austrian and the Lederhosen and the Bavarian stuff, but I found this nice belt. Don't underestimate the belt section. So, half price, I paid $3.50. It's all leather. There's not a brand on it, but these are quite popular. So this is an Austrian belt. It has metal ducks on it. They're metal, enamel painted. You can adjust the size somewhat, but this will be, there's a couple of these already for sale. This is about $40 belt, I'd say, to be kind of, not too long tail, not too fast. And when I say not too long tail, granted, you have to wait for that culture to come find this, but they will eventually. I've sold drindle dresses, mattle and drindle. Not a lot of vowels in those words, so I think that's how you say it. Some of you have helped me to learn about that term. I just knew it was a Bavarian, Oktoberfest, German, Austrian dress, and some of you helped me with those 2 terms. Kind of look like maiden dresses and things like that. So that's how this belt will be advertised. It's really good quality leather. So don't pass up the weird looking stuff like this. And for some reason, this kind of stuff sells for Renaissance Fair too. Although it wouldn't be I don't know if that would be 100% purest, authentic, but sometimes this kind of stuff sells for Renaissance Fair, which they're all over the country right now. So you can look for some of that odd looking, like Renaissance, Scarborough, old world type apparel, and sell it to that crowd. Okay, I always talk about this fashion subcultures that I cater to that are my favorites. Okay, and a Harley Davidson belt. So the buckle's a little nicked, but $6.99. It wasn't half price color, but I went ahead and got it for $6.99. Good leather. It's not perfect on the metal. The belt's fine though. The belt's great, really cute. Probably about $30, $35. I've got some Harley belts that would sell. I kept them for myself. They would sell for like $100, $150. So, and I kept this little rockabilly dress. This is cute. I've never kept one for myself. This is Hearts and Roses. It's a repop, made to look retro, but it's new. This one's adorable. This is a little Mrs. Wiggins, if you remember Carol Burnett doing Mrs. Wiggins. I've never kept a rockabilly dress for myself. I'm going to keep this one. But resale value on it, I paid $5 because it was half price. They had marked it $10 though. Stretchy, form-fitting, so cute. little sweetheart neckline halter. I've never kept one, so I'm keeping this one. I said that right. The resale value would probably be about $25. You guys, well, I will see you on my next video or on one of yours. Thanks and have good sales.